Okay, we're going to use DeMoivre's theorem to address this problem. They say by considering cosine 2 theta plus I sine 2 theta, deduce the double angle formula for cosine 2 theta and sine 2 theta. Now this is very similar to, I just did a video very similar to that. Very similar to this video. So I think I'm going to make this the third video for today. I don't remember what I'm going to call it. But if you haven't watched this video where I talked through that, I would stop this one, go back and watch that, and then continue on. Okay, then come back to this one. So on this one, we have here that this is cis of 2 theta. Okay, well we just said with DeMoivre's theorem that well typically, hang on, let me pull up the DeMoivre's theorem real fast. Sometimes we start here, we say, okay, we've got a complex number, we're going to raise it to a power. Other times we start here, we've got this n theta. Well, and that's where we are here. Our n is 2. Notice that our modulus is just 1. 1 any power is still just 1. So what we've got is that this would be equal to cis theta squared. Okay, so this becomes, well, cosine of theta plus I sine theta squared. Well, so if you remember how to square, you've got, this is cosine squared theta plus this times this. So basically, I'm just going a plus b squared. And hopefully that is something you're really strong with, a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Okay, so then this is plus 2, well, sine theta cosine theta times I. And then I have plus b squared, well, sine squared and I squared. Okay, this becomes real, that's -1. So this is real and this is real. And so this is equal to cosine squared theta minus sine squared theta. That's the real part. And then the imaginary part becomes plus 2 sine theta cosine theta. In other words, what we're saying here is that cosine of, I'm going to look at this part right here. This is just cosine of 2 theta plus I sine of 2 theta. That's equal to that. Well, here's the real part with the real part, and there's the imaginary part here with the imaginary part there. Oh, I made a mistake. This I needs to show up right here. Imaginary with imaginary, okay? So this just showed us here that cosine of 2 theta is equal to cosine squared theta minus sine squared theta, and that sine of 2 theta, that's the imaginary part, is equal to the imaginary part. These formulas should look familiar to you if you have already taken the trig. Enjoy, practice, 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 and then practice some more. If you don't, it's going to be rough. So jump into the book problems and see what you can do.